Hey folks, it's another day, another unboxing, and this here is the Huawei MediaPad M5 Lite, which was announced at CES recently. This is a 10.1-inch tablet running Android that has, some pretty great features for the money. So let's have a look quickly. This is what the box looks like. There's not too much to be said here. Huawei logos and all. Some IMEIs and things right here. So here are the details. You get the actual tablet, cable and charger, quick start guide, warranty information, and the pen Lite. So this has support for a on-screen stylus pen. And there you go. So let's have a look. Let's take this out of the box. I'm going to start lifting it up. Boom! Nothing in here. And there we have it. The tablet right there. So let's take a look at this in a minute. In the meantime, let's quickly look at what else is in the box. We've got a charger that looks very much like a lot of Huawei fast chargers. Here are the specs if you want to pause the video and have a look real quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a not a supercharge, but a quick charge, so probably like something like 3 amps or something. Faster charging than normal. And then we got another box here, SIM removal tool, or maybe that's just to eject the SD card, because I don't think this has LTE on this particular unit that I have. There's a pen here. So this is a pen slash stylus they were talking about. Just to give you a point of reference in terms of size. Not bad. Feels nice. It's metal. It's a nice little Huawei logo on here. There we go. All right, what else is in here? We've got, replacement tips for the pen. Nice. And then we have some paperwork and a cable, which is kind of stuck in there. So let's see if I can shake it out. There we go. So the cable is USB Type-C, which is really exciting. You can see the plug right there, and Type-A on the other end, the end that plugs into the charger. So that's cool. USB Type-C is always welcome. A lot of cheaper devices have USB Micro, which I really don't like anymore. Some information on this piece of paper, and then we've got more stuff here. Nothing else in here. So let's see. Quick start guide. This unravels like a map. But what you really care about is your device at a glance, which is this part right here. So this tells you everything you need to know. I'm not going to go into too much detail. It's not particularly exciting to look at manuals. So let's actually get started and look at the tablet real quick. We've got a bunch of the accessories here. And the tablet is right over here. So let's take it out. There it is, folks. Beautiful, beautiful 10.inch tablet with the pen and the charger and USB cable. Ta-da! So let's have a quick look at this a little closer up, and then I'll power it up. There doesn't seem to be a screen protector on, or one of those protective films for me to remove, but there does seem to be a fingerprint reader down here. I don't know if you can see it. There it goes. There does seem to be a camera up here at the top. And then the Huawei logo, of course, right there. So that's it for the front. In the back, we've got a bunch of numbers, which I'm going to peel off right now, since I might as well remove them, since we really don't need this on here. I've been having issues with stickers lately, haven't I? There we go. So that's the back. Huawei logo, Harman Kardon branding. And of course the camera, and then you can see this is a nice little camera bump sticking out just a little bit, not too much. Huawei logo, Harman Kardon branding. And so I'm going to turn this over so we can see this part is all metal, the right back, but this little rim here is plastic. That's presumably where all the antennas are located. So it's an interesting design because there's like a little shiny machine beveled edge right there. You can see it between the two. And of course the color doesn't quite match, which is pretty common with metal and plastic surfaces. You'd think with all Huawei's might at manufacturing, they would have mastered this by now. Here is one of the speakers, and here's another one. So at the bottom, you have two speakers, bottom firing. On one side, which looks like the left side, you got USB Type-C and a headphone jack. The headphone jack is really right at the corner, kind of interesting, but it's good to see that there's a headphone jack. And there's, I guess, the slot in which the SD card expansion lives, and potentially a SIM card lives if you have an LTE version. Again, I don't think this says LTE on this particular unit. Oh, and look at that, two more speakers, top and bottom. And so two speakers at the top, two speakers at the bottom. And look at this microphone array, 4 microphones up there. So that's the top, and then the right hand side has a power lock key here and a volume rocker there. So that's basically the lay of the land on this device. Let's fire it up really quick, shall we? Boom, it vibrates in my hand, and then we see the Huawei logo, powered by Android. And let's see what happens when we boot. I'm sure it'll be an initial setup. Ooh. Ooh, those speakers sound pretty good. At least at my initial assessment. As you can see, there's a link to the US website here, which is cool. And it's taking a while to boot, but I guess it's the first time. So this is running EMUI 8.0. You're probably wondering about the technical details. This is a 10.1 inch screen, right? It is a 1920 by 1200 pixel screen. Inside there is a 7500 milliamp hour battery, which should last quite a while. The processor is a 659, so Kirin mid-range processor, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, micro SD expansion up to 256 gigs. I think that's it in terms of specs. Oh, the cameras are 8 megapixels front and rear. So this one's got autofocus in the back, and the one in the front right here does not have autofocus, but they're both 8 megapixels. So 10.1 inch, 1920 by 1200, Kirin 659, 3 gigs of RAM, 30 gigs of storage, 7500 milliamp hour battery. It's pretty thin. It's actually 0.3 inches. So that's like a third of 2.5 centimeters, whatever that ends up being. I don't know, 6 millimeters, 7 millimeters, something like that. Feels thin. Pen is pretty cool in hand. It's all metal except for that little plastic band that I showed you at the top, that part. So it's well made. And there you go. So let's set it up. I'm going to just quickly go through this and not even sign up with an account. And skip. And there you go. Let's get this started. All right, so there you have it. So as I said, this is Android 8, EMUI 8. And so you're going to have, some customizations here that are specific to Huawei, of course. But look, this display looks really, really nice. Really good viewing angles. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can bring up the app tray so that we have an entire screen full of icons to look at. Very reflective, unfortunately. But here, if you don't point it at some windows, you can see how the viewing angles are actually pretty decent. And of course, fingerprint reader, cameras, etc., etc. So it does come with a bunch of apps that are optimized for the pen. Obviously, you can tap with the pen anywhere and you get a pad like this, so you can write something. Mobile, tech, podcast. Then, of course, there is a bunch of apps here. There's a note-taking app, Nebo. There is a MyScript calculator, which is really cool. Square root of 144. We all knew that. Times pi. There we go. divide by 27. So there you go. It's a very cool little graphic writing, calculator. That just gives you an idea of what you can do with a pen. It's pretty cool, actually. So here you go, folks. This is the MediaPad M5 Lite from Huawei. It's $299, and you can buy it online at various retailers, including Newegg and Amazon. And it's a pretty cool package for the money. Android is not the best OS for a tablet, but if you want something a little bit more premium than, say, a Fire tablet that has pen support, this is definitely your ticket. The other thing I didn't mention, there's a very cool a kid's corner, which turns a tablet basically into another launcher optimized for children use. It's password protected. You can set that up. Very helpful if you have kids and you don't want them messing around with your work. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing / quick look video. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, tell your friends, and don't forget, this is a supplement to the Mobile Tech Podcast. MobileTechPodcast.com is where it's at. You should subscribe to the podcast. We're on Pocket Casts, Overcast, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, everywhere. I also want to thank our sponsor, ProXPN. If you need a VPN in your life, they are the place to go. We have a special offer right now, 50% off if you sign up through the link in the description. So if you need a VPN because you're traveling a lot and you need privacy, security, or access to localized video content, and support for Netflix, this is one of the best to check out. ProXPN, check it out. Link in the description. And thanks for sponsoring us. And stay tuned for more unboxing videos soon. Cheers, everybody.